The bus rumbled through the night. Streetlights cast long, eerie shadows that danced across the empty seats.
I clutched my backpack, feeling a shiver run down my spine. Why was I the only passenger? It felt strange, wrong. The air inside the bus was heavy and smelled faintly of dust. It felt like nobody had ridden this route in years. Each bump in the road sent a jolt of fear through me. Where was everyone? And where was this bus taking me?
I glanced at my watch. It was well past midnight. My parents were going to kill me. I should have been home hours ago. But the bus just kept going, deeper into the unknown. I tried to focus on something else, anything else. But the silence was broken only by the rumble of the engine and the unsettling creak of the seats. I was trapped. The bus screeched to a halt. I jumped, my heart pounding. The doors hissed open, revealing a dark and deserted street.
A lone figure stepped inside, his face hidden by a wide-brimmed hat.
Last stop, the driver growled, his voice raspy and low. You sure this is where you want to be, kid?
His words sent a chill down my spine. I think so, I stammered. This is the number 13, right?
The driver chuckled, a dry, humorless sound. Number 13, sure, but remember, I warned you.
He held my gaze for a moment, his eyes like ice. Then he looked away, his attention returning to the road. The doors hissed shut, and the bus lurched back into motion.
I took a deep breath, trying to ignore the feeling of dread that had settled in my stomach. What had he meant by that? What had he warned me about?
I made my way down the aisle, my footsteps echoing in the silence. I chose a seat near the back, hoping to avoid any further interaction with the creepy driver. But I wasn't alone.
In the very last row, shrouded in shadow, sat an old man. He was hunched over, his face hidden by a worn fedora. He didn't acknowledge my presence in any way. He just stared out the window, his eyes fixed on the passing darkness. The old man's stillness was unsettling. He didn't move a muscle, didn't even seem to breathe. It was as if he were a statue, carved from the shadows themselves.
I tried to focus on something else, anything else, but the old man's presence was impossible to ignore. He was like a black hole, drawing in my attention, amplifying my fear. Who was he, and what was he doing on this bus?
The bus rumbled on, each passing moment increasing my sense of unease. The old man remained motionless, a silent, watchful presence. I felt a chill run down my spine. I was trapped on this bus with a ghost.
The bus lurched, throwing me off balance. I grabbed the back of the seat in front of me, my heart racing. As I steadied myself, I glanced up at the driver's mirror. The driver's eyes met mine in the reflection. His face was pale, his brow furrowed with concern. But it wasn't me he was looking at, it was the seat behind me, the seat where the old man sat.
The driver's gaze darted back to the road, but his fear lingered in the air. I swallowed hard, my mouth suddenly dry. What had he seen? Or rather, what hadn't he seen? I wanted to look back to see for myself what had so terrified the driver, but something held me back. A primal fear deep in my gut told me that some things are better left unseen.